Hello learners, welcome to our channel where we provide you with the stories to improve your English. Today's story is The Wedding Day. A young man named Paul was getting married the next day. He was so happy all of his friends and relatives would be there. His future wife and her parents were coming from another city. The wedding ceremony would be in a church and afterward there would be a big party in a hotel. It wasn't the same as the other one, but it looked great on him. Mom, I've lost my cufflinks. Paul said. Don't worry, she said. I'm sure we can find yours. Where did you keep the old ones? I don't know, Paul answered. That's what I'm afraid of. You must find them quickly, his mother said. You wouldn't want to disappoint all those people who have come to your wedding, would you? Paul didn't answer. He kept looking for his cufflinks. Time passed quickly. Soon he would have to get into his suit. The bride and groom danced in the middle of the crowd. They twirled and laughed. The food arrived. There were salads, fruit, cakes and lots of wine. The party lasted until late into the night. Everyone enjoyed themselves. He liked the way it fitted and he liked the color. Without her help, he might have had to cancel the wedding. They had found the perfect house. A small one with a garden where they could play with their dog Lucky. It was a cozy house and it was perfect for a young couple. Paul loved his wife very much. He knew that he had made the right decision by marrying her. He was sure that they would be happy together forever. Everyone left soon afterward. Paul and his wife stood on the steps of the hotel watching the departing cars. It was a wonderful wedding, she said. Look at these sentences and try to fill in the blanks with the correct word. Choose from the words in the box. Yes, it was, Paul agreed, but I'm tired now. Can we go inside? Of course, she replied. Let's go. They held hands and walked inside. But when he wanted to find his cufflinks, he couldn't. He looked everywhere. He opened all of his drawers, but he couldn't find them anywhere. The church was only a 10分钟 drive away. But the bride's father drove very slowly. The manager promised to fix him up in no wu. He liked the way the suit felt. He couldn't find his chi. Paul and his wife to be got into the ba after the ceremony. They went to Ajo. The priest asked Paul and his bride if they took each other 2 shi. He wanted to make sure that she arrived at the church without any problems. At the church, Paul waited nervously at the altar. His heart beat fast. Was this really happening? This was the day he had dreamed about for so long. Today he would marry the woman he loved. He looked toward the entrance and saw the bride walking toward him. She looked beautiful. He could not take his eyes off her. When she reached him, he took her hand and led her to the altar. The priest began the ceremony. Paul and his bride exchanged vows and rings. Then they sealed their promises with a kiss. The guests applauded. Paul and his new wife left the church to the sound of cheers and music. Paul began to panic. Without cufflinks, he could not wear his new suit. He tried to phone the shop, but it was closed. On Sundays, what should he do? Paul had only one problem. His best friend Mike was supposed to be the best man at the wedding. But Mike had just phoned him and told him that he could not make it because he had an important business deal to close. It was Paul's cufflinks. Lucky had found them in the garden. Paul was so happy. He gave Lucky a treat and thanked his mom for helping him. Then he started to get dressed. Paul felt awful. He did not have anyone else who could take his place. No one knew the city as well as Mike. Soon, his wife-to-be entered the room. She looked beautiful. She was wearing a white dress with a long train. Her veil covered her face. You look wonderful, Paul said. Thank you, she replied. So do you? They took a few pictures together. Then it was time to go to the church. He tried them on and they fit perfectly. Now he needed some accessories. He bought a shiny silver tie clip and a pair of cufflinks. He paid for everything and went home. No one could drive him around to pick up the rented cars or the video camera, help him choose the right flowers for the bride or find the missing cufflinks. The best man's job is very important on such an occasion, but what could he do? It was too late to call someone else. He decided to go to the city center and buy himself a new suit. He went to the shop where he had bought his suit for the wedding. Maybe they could alter something for him last minute. He explained his problem to the manager. I need a new suit, he said, and I need it now. What's the occasion? The manager asked. I'm getting married tomorrow, Paul said. Oh, congratulations. The manager replied. We can fix you up in no time. What style would you like? Paul looked at the racks of suits. There were so many choices. Which one should he get? Black or gray? With or without a pattern? In the end, he chose a dark blue suit with a white shirt. It looked perfect on him. Then Paul went to a shoe shop. He needed new shoes to match his new suit. He bought brown leather shoes. They cost him almost as much as the suit. The next morning, Paul woke up early. His wedding day had finally arrived. He put on his new suit and smiled. At that moment, his mother came in. She was helping him to prepare for the wedding. Suddenly, Paul's dog Lucky came running into the room with a small box in his mouth. He looked at himself in the mirror. He looked wonderful. In his new suit, he smiled at his own reflection. He couldn't wait for the ceremony to begin. Paul and his family got into one car and the bride and her family got into another. They arrived at the reception in good spirits. Everyone wanted to congratulate the happy couple. Paul and his wife greeted their guests. They shook hands and hugged everyone they knew. Paul's mother approached them and handed them a large envelope. "What's this?" Paul asked. "It's a wedding gift from me and your father." His mother said, "Oh, thank you," the newlyweds replied. Then the party began. People danced and sang. The band played all of the couple's favorite songs. In the end, Paul thanked everyone for coming. He especially thanked his mother for helping him find the cufflinks. This was the start of their new life together. Now it's time for a vocabulary check. Paul was getting at the ceremony. Would be an A side. Paul's best friend could and be his best man on his s. Alright learners, let's check your answers. Married I, church side, wedding day 4, time 5, fitted row, cufflinks 7, car 8, reception 9. Thank you for listening to this story. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a thumbs up to receive notifications about our latest videos. You can also comment below with your ideas for future videos. See you next time.